Welcome back to another video. So today we are back for Chainsaw Man chapter 146. And guys, I know I've been saying this for the last few weeks, for the last 3 chapters, but I mean this. This is so hype, bro. This has to be the hypest chapters that have been coming out in part 2. This chapter not only confirmed where we're definitely going, who's the big bad, but also is showing the groundwork for how this plan's gonna be done. This is like the first time that we're really laying down the entire groundwork, and we got a bunch of reveals. So we're gonna talk about that in this video. So let's just get straight into it because this chapter is fucking insane. So the chapter starts off where it continued off last chapter, where Hirofumi attacking Asa, and it's only 2 pages, and Hirofumi's like, I'm sorry I have to do this to you after you followed my advice. And basically Hirofumi's about to like cut Asa, and then we basically cut away from that. But I'm gonna talk about this now because that's not the big part of this chapter. We're gonna talk about other stuff, but the big thing from this moment is that one thing, I don't think Asa's cooked. She's definitely not cooked here. I'm more afraid for Hirofumi because what we learned later on in the chapter about Feimin's plan, and Feimin really needs the War Devil to be alive. So I'm really thinking that Asa's gonna get saved maybe by Feimin, and Feimin's gonna probably stop Hirofumi to like save her, or maybe even one of the fake Chainsaw Mans. Notice how I said one of. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into the next page, right? And it's Barum, and Barum says the Justice Devil grants contractors the power to transform into the form they desire. That's how we explain it to them. Aside from the devil's name, it's no lie. So the power is like the devil's able to change their form in any way they like. It just isn't the Justice Devil's power. The Justice Devil, remember, is that big caterpillar from the Fallen Devil arc. Barum says Feimin has some handy pawns. We contracted followers galore with an extraordinary devil. The devil I contracted to them was the Fire Devil. When I saw this, bro, it like a light bulb went off of my head. I was like, bruh, of course there's a Fire Devil. I never realized, I never really thought of that. I don't think I've ever made a video on the Fire Devil existing, because y'all don't know, fire should be a primal fear, right? Like, fire is one of the big things ever since the beginning of human civilization that gave us food, gave us life, was able to make people survive in the winter, but also is one of the greatest fears for human as well. People were burned to death, people died in fires, and even as like cavemen, people were afraid of fire until they learned its uses. But fire is a dangerous thing, and people have had bad experiences with it. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, of course fire should have been like a devil. It's weird how I even thought about the drowning devil or the water devil, but I didn't think of the fire devil. That threw me off. But the question is, it's looking like, I was like, oh, is fire a primal fear? I'm guessing not. I think fire is definitely one of those stronger devils that they have a strong fear, but they're not like primal level fear yet. And that's obviously confirmed with this chapter as well, the Fire Devil's powers. And we don't see it yet. We haven't seen the Fire Devil yet, but we just learn about it in this chapter. But I thought that was brilliant. I was like, wow, that makes so much sense, bro. And the crazy thing was, as soon as that is revealed to us, we see this one dude with blood go down his face, right? And then we see a bunch of people start turning into Chainsaw Mans, bro. And I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. Like, the fake Chainsaw Man from all that time ago was just a person that made a contract with the Fire Devil and was turned into Chainsaw Man. Oh my god, that like throws my theory out the way about like there being 2 Chainsaw Mans that are like totally like different from each other. Like, 'cause my original theory was that the fake Chainsaw Man was a Chainsaw Man devil, and that Poshita wasn't actually the Chainsaw Devil. It was a big theory. That theory is basically dead now, because now we know exactly what created the fake Chainsaw Man. We still don't know exactly who the fake Chainsaw Man is. We don't know yet. I still think it's Seigi Okoku, but we don't know yet. So that hasn't been revealed to us, but now we know why there was a fake Chainsaw Man and why there's now a bunch of fake Chainsaw Mans. And so we start to see that a bunch of people start transforming, like they all start morphing to Chainsaw Man. And then we actually cut back to Katana Man, and we still don't have a name for this devil. I'm gonna call it the Nail Devil. And we see the kids that they were fighting get turned into Chainsaw Mans, and this shit was funny as fuck because Katana Man saw that shit. I ain't never seen a man so happy to see a bunch of people turn into his arch nemesis. They all turn into Chainsaw Man. He's like, yes! He's like, Chainsaw Man. That shit had me geeked, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was hella funny, bro. And so we actually cut, and Barum says the Fire Devil has another power. The more contractors, the stronger their power, although most of them lose control of themselves. So all the people that made contracts with the Fire Devil, besides maybe that fake Chainsaw Man, the original one, they all lose control of themselves. They no longer have free will, and they're basically a Chainsaw Man slave, kind of. I think of it kind of like Santa Claus, with the whole doll devil, and being able to turn people into dolls, and then being basically mindless soldiers with the sharp arms and stuff. That's kind of like how this is right now, with people turning into like fake Chainsaw Mans, like bougie Chainsaw Mans. One thing I don't think they're gonna have is definitely the regeneration of Chainsaw Man or anything like that. I think these are just people that just have chainsaws on their arms and a chainsaw on their head. They definitely aren't gonna have the same powers as normal Chainsaw Man, as Denji. And Baron says, until now, they all took gruesome forms, but they're closer to Chainsaw Man now, don't you think? And then Famian's like, but why only now? And then Baron says, at 5 o'clock today, large-scale mass weddings were held at the Chainsaw Man Church's Chinese and Canadian chapters. We set it up so that they enter contracts simultaneously with the marriages. If all went as planned, we estimated a total of 350,000 humans with Fire Devil contracts worldwide. No humans is accurate. They're all devils now. So I think that confirms that 350,000 people are just turned into Chainsaw Man slaves, Chainsaw Man dolls or whatever. They don't longer have free will. We don't know if they can return to their previous state. And that's not just in Japan. That's across the world. He says worldwide. That's insane. That's really insane. And it also like makes it even scarier for who the Fire Devil is going to be or what they're going to look like, because they get stronger the more people there are. So if you have 350,000 people that are under your control, what? That I think that also explains what he was saying about that at the very beginning. The Chainsaw Man, basically dolls or whatever, they used to not look like Chainsaw Man like that. But then the more and more, I guess, more subjects and more like people they have under their control, the better the Fire Devil's power gets. And that probably means he's better at replicating or creating any form he wants. And so maybe that's why these dolls look really good and look really close to fake Chainsaw Man, if you get what I'm saying. Right after Baron finishes speaking, there's like an explosion at this one building. And then Baron says, in half a year, the great king of terror will descend. Famian and I, we aim to kill the king, thereby saving the human race. And then Denji's like, great king of terror? That's gotta be some horse shit, right? And then Nayata says it isn't stupid. Famian and I, we can tell because we're sisters. The great king of terror is probably coming for real. We know it because she's our eldest sister, the Death Devil, the super duper strongest devil with the name feared most of all. So finally, we get to hear about the Death Devil again, and it's basically confirmed that the rest of part 2, the main villain is going to be the Death Devil. So the Death Devil is probably going to be this version of the Gun Devil for this story. Well, I wouldn't say necessarily, but that's what we're getting hyped up to. We still don't know if there's maybe even a bigger bad than the Death Devil. We used to think that was Famian, but nowadays I really do think that the Death Devil is going to be the big bad. And they said that it's coming soon, so it's not here yet. So I'm assuming that maybe the Death Devil is still stuck in hell, and maybe they're finding a way to get out of hell and they can feel it. Like maybe the Death Devil's just like crawling through a portal trying to get out. And right now, Famian Baron is trying to come up with a plan to basically stop the Death Devil when it gets here. Like come up with this plan before they even get there. And then Nayata even explains what Famian's trying to do. And she says her plan to kill the Death Devil is that she's going to make everyone terrified of Chainsaw Man and the War Devil to get them both super strong. And then we see at the end of the chapter is a bunch of people just getting stabbed and getting killed as Chainsaw Man people are going around attacking people. And this is such a crazy and good plan. So Famian, well, good plan in terms of like it's smart, but it's like terrible what they're doing to everyone. Famian's plan is to make everyone afraid of Chainsaw Man and then cause people to go to war, in which would power up Asa, Mitaka, and Yoru, and will also power up Denji. Because if y'all remember, devils get stronger depending on how many people either have contracts with them or how feared they are. So if a bunch of people are afraid of Chainsaw Man, that's gonna obviously make Chainsaw Man stronger. And I don't know how that's going to work necessarily. So if Denji gets stronger by a bunch of people being afraid of him, is he going to turn back into that Poshita form? Probably not, because that form is based off of a contract. And the reason that Poshita was able to even turn into that form is because Denji broke his contract by opening the door. I don't think that can necessarily happen again. But I think Denji would definitely probably get stronger. I just don't know if his form is going to change or anything like that. But it would be cool if he did change. And imagine he gets like a new form. Like if you ever read a Kame ga Kill, Tatsumi gets like this form at the like near the end of the story, kind of where he's fighting the general and fighting Esdev, and he turns into like this evolved version of Incursio. And it looks really, really sick. And I'm like, yo, what if like Denji turns into something like that for Chainsaw Man? Like a new form that's not like Poshita Chainsaw Man, but Denji's own version of an evolved Chainsaw Man form. That would be really, really sick. But this once again shows, like the last things I want to talk about in this video is that it definitely shows that Asa's definitely not going to die now, because Feimine needs Asa for her plan. And so I really think that Feimine, or the fake Chainsaw Man, the original one, is going to go help Asa and make sure that Hirofumi doesn't kill her. But the thing is that I don't know if Hirofumi's going to die, because Hirofumi is sneaky strong. Like, one thing that everyone's been talking about is how Hirofumi is definitely like the successor of Kishibe. And I don't believe there's any way Hirofumi is going to really get cooked right now. And Hirofumi fought Quan Chi back in part 1, and that was when he was younger and was able to hold his own and didn't die. So I'm a little afraid for Hirofumi, but I think he'll be fine because he is that guy. But I definitely know Asa's not going to get cooked by Hirofumi, and is definitely going to get saved in some way because she is a part of Feimine's plan. But I think that's everything I want to talk about. Sadly, Chainsaw Man is going on a 2-week break again, which makes sense though, because this chapter was huge and probably next chapter is going to be even bigger. But it was great. I love this chapter. They basically confirmed everything. I don't remember if there's anything else from this chapter that is like any loose ends from part 2 that we don't know yet. The only thing that we didn't know was like how does this fake Chainsaw Man work? Who's the Caterpillar Devil? Who's the one that actually made these contracts with these people? And now we have the answers to all those questions, and we know Feimine's plan, and we know what the prophecy of Nostradamus is leading to, which is leading to the Death Devil. So everything in Chainsaw Man part 2 has basically been revealed off the top of my head. If there's anything I haven't, like if we don't know yet, let me know in the comment section down below. But basically everything's been, I believe, shown off or confirmed. The only thing that hasn't been shown off is the Fire Devil and what the Death Devil looks like. But this chapter was great. I loved it. Thank you guys for watching the video. Leave a like, subscribe, and see more content like this, and hit that bell to post consistently. And let me know down below what you think about the chapter and the Death Devil and everything that happened in this insane chapter. And I'm gonna see you guys later. Peace.